Hey everyone, Zord.Photography here, and today I got a short and quick video review on the Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine Special Edition. This video shouldn't take too long. It's just some stuff I want to go over with the figure that I've had this for like a couple weeks now, and hopefully it's helpful to some people that are kind of iffy to ordering it and if it's actually worth the money. Because honestly, it's a pretty expensive figure, but honestly, I think it's really worth it, and I can't wait to share some of the details I have and some of the thoughts I have as well on the figure. But no further ado, I'm going to start off this video and just get right to it so that you guys can get out of here quicker. All right, here we go. So starting off, this is everything you're going to get with the special edition, which is pretty good because for $315, this is like a lot of stuff. So starting off, you're going to get the swords, which is magnetic. And then you're going to get the gold guns, which is part of the special edition, a baby knife, regular guns, multiple eyes for different expressions. Same with different hands and different gestures, which is really dope. The other special edition piece is this display base. And then you also get a dog pool, a head pool with this propeller effect, and a baby pool with the baby bottles and swappable eyes. So for everything, like I said, for $315 here in the States, this is pretty good, especially given that you're getting a bunch of hands and a bunch of different eyes, which really helps, like, if you're going to pose your figure, it helps really sells the figure a lot more. First, with all the accessories, I just want to address if the special edition is actually worth it. And to be honest, it's really worth it if you're really a fan of the movie, because the only thing that really was in the movie that kind of makes it cool to have a special edition is the gold guns, which came from Nice Pool. So it's nice to get the gold guns because he does use it towards the end of the movie. Sorry if I spoil the movie. But also, this display base, okay. In pictures, it looked really dope, but part of me felt like, man, something's gonna be so off about it. And the biggest thing that threw me off was this, it's just hollow. But I'm not surprised given that I know Hot Toys tend to they do nice stuff like this, but sometimes they have to cut corners to maybe save cost and time. So I'm not surprised that it's hollow, but yeah, so for the only things you're getting for the special edition, which is the base and the guns, it's still worth it if you're a huge fan of Deadpool in the movie. But if you're like not stressing to get the special edition, I mean, you're fine skipping out on it, to be honest. So this next segment of the video, I actually just want to talk about things that I've noticed about the figure that collectors should be aware of when they're buying this figure, because I've had this figure for a couple weeks now and I just saw a lot of issues with it, and it's normal for any figure, but I want to address it in this video so that whoever's buying this in the future, they know what they're getting and they're hyper aware of like certain things that they should be aware of when they're messing around with this figure. So the first thing I noticed, I actually had to re-glue it myself. They actually don't put enough glue. If you move this belt right here, this harness right here is actually glued down past the belt, like around here. This harness is just glued down to the suit itself. Mine came undone. I had to glue it back on, and it's a super easy fix, and now it's still secured. But just keep in mind that when you're posing your figure, this might eventually come off. So that's one of the first things I've noticed with the issues for this figure. The next two common issues I saw with this figure, that one of them I'm not really too stressed about because it's gonna happen. So the first one I'm talking about is the wrist pegs. A lot of people are saying their wrist pegs were breaking. I mean, it sucks that it happened, and I hope people got like extra wrist pegs. But it's like, that's why they put extra wrist pegs in the box, so just in case if it breaks, you have an extra piece. But that was like the most common thing I was seeing with a lot of people, which is a really bummer. And the next issue I saw, which I was shocked about, are these ankle pins, like right in between the what do you call it, the calf or the ankle area and the foot. There's like this ratcheted, like stiff joint right here, and apparently a lot of people's were coming broken right out of the box, or it's just breaking on them later on. I do want people to keep hyper aware that that is going to happen with your figure, and just keep that in mind. So if you bought it from somewhere not like a good place, always hit up the customer service just in case, and hopefully they're able to fix it. But so far, those were the biggest issues I saw with this figure. Now, the next thing I want to address are actually all the positive things I've seen with this figure. And honestly, it's pretty up there for like my top maybe 10 pickups for this year. And it's honestly, this figure is really good because like the suit material is pretty good. I pose it a lot. If you've seen my Instagram post, I pose this a lot, and I've bent the arms, bent it at the leg, everything, all that, just to do some pretty good poses. And honestly, it's pretty good. The suit heals itself. I haven't seen any flaking yet. I hope there's no flaking. So far, it seems like it's not like going to damage so far, but I still would think to keep hyper aware about certain things on the suit that might get damaged. So please read the manuals. I really stress that a lot for people, because in the manuals, Hot Toys does display in what to tell you not to do and what certain poses to not keep for too long, because it could damage the suit later on. But when it comes down to articulation, I do appreciate that the separate neck pieces right here, so that you could have a big wide of range of motion. So that's pretty good. There are butterfly joints, which is dope. The arms can lift up pretty well. You can lift it higher. You just have to mess with the shoulder piece a bit more and it will go higher. You could go front pretty high and then back as well. There's a swivel here. There's a double jointed, which is nice, must have for all figures, to be honest. There's swivel at the wrist as well, which is good. Ab crunch is pretty good. So ab crunch is pretty good for what it is. You could go more if you want, and back as well. Like I said earlier in the video, please keep in mind when you're doing ab crunches and twists and all that, this might come undone from the glue. So be hyper aware of that. Here on the legs, it's pretty good. It could go pretty far, which is nice. Oh, baby knife fell out. It could go back, not that much. It's a little bit hindered. Double jointed. Wait, and it does throw me off that the knee pad moves up the upper thigh, but no biggie. There is thigh swivel. Ankle as well. Like I said, keep aware of that. You don't want to overstress it and break it. It does swivel too, but no toe articulation. But it's a pretty good figure. I don't have much to say. These articulations are really good. Like I said, if you see my pictures, I've gotten some pretty good poses, and I'm pretty satisfied how this figure has come out. This next part, I actually want to address this real quick. I really appreciate that Hot Toys included certain side characters like this, especially because they were in the movie. Yes, they're in the movie briefly, but just adding like other versions of Deadpool characters is really dope. It just adds more to the price point of this figure, and it's honestly pretty worth it overall. And I do hope to see more like variants, because I'm actually really all into this line right now. Really quick, I just want to show a quick pose, how you can pose up the figure. So I bent it in certain places where it can damage the suit. But like I said, I've had this for a couple weeks. I've posed the hell out of this figure. And once I bring it back to like a museum pose, the suit heals itself. And I haven't seen any major creases or like damage to the suit overall. So it's a pretty good figure. Honestly, I give it a 9 out of 10. It just did bum me a little bit how the base was just hollow. But overall, it's still a good figure. I really recommend it. And if you're on the fence still and you have already pre-ordered it, you're in for a treat. It's a good figure from Hot Toys, especially for a figure that has like a big turnaround rate and it's coming out pretty soon, especially to like the general public. You guys won't be disappointed with this. I'm really happy with it. And I know collectors are going to be happy with it as well. And it's something to be like hyped about, because we got the movie and then a figure came out. So it's a good figure. You guys will enjoy it. I hope you guys did like this review. I hope to do more like this. I'm going to try and get figures sooner and earlier so I can review it, because I want people to understand that I'll pose the hell out of the figure. I want people to understand that these figures are posable, and just to make sure that you guys are actually getting your money's worth. But damn, for sure, the $315 price point here in the States, it's a good figure. You guys won't be disappointed. But anyways, hope you liked the video. Please leave a like, comment, or share. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I do have a lot of videos coming soon. If not, I already have shorts up you can watch as well. And you can also find me on my Instagram and TikTok as well. I do post on my TikTok sooner. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Zord.Photography, and I'm heading out. Thank you, everyone. Stay blessed and stay safe.